Children, let us now see the shapes of interhalogen compounds. In the previous class, we have seen about interhalogens, what are interhalogens, about their reactivity, their reactions, and to some extent we had discussed the different interhalogens. Now let us see which are all interhalogens which are formed and what are their shapes. So we know that the halogens are fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. Interhalogens are compounds which are formed between two different halogens. Due to the difference in their electronegativity, they will be highly reactive. Now the general formula of interhalogens can be XX dash, X dash, this is 3, and X dash 5 and X dash 7, where X will be greater in size as compared to X dash. Now the higher oxidation state will be found in those compounds where the size of the two halogens has a large difference between them, and the one oxidation state. Here both the halogens are having oxidation state 1. So it will be possible between every two halogens. So which all are the possible interhalogens in this case? Let us see. So the bigger one is X in size. So here I is bigger. So let us take with I will combine with Br. Then I can combine with Cl. I can combine with F. So these three compounds are possible where I is bigger in size. Then if Br is the bigger atom, then Br can combine with Cl and Br can form a compound with F. And the last one, Cl. If Cl is the bigger atom, then it will have only one possibility to combine with F. So these are all the compounds, interhalogen compounds, which are formed by the different combinations possible. Now let us see the next case. X dash 3. In this, let us take I. So I can combine with F. It will be IF3. So fluorine, as it is very small in size, it will combine with every other halogen. Then Br can form a compound with F, and Cl also can form a compound with F. Then Br can also, I can also form a compound with Cl. So it will be ICl3, because here the difference in the size is more. I cannot immediately form with Br in this case because here the oxidation state is bigger. So I and Br can't combine, Br and Cl also cannot combine. But I can combine with Cl, I can combine with F, then Br can combine with F and Cl also can combine with F. So these are all the possibilities of this formula. And then of the formula type X dash 5, the possibilities are I with Br, each one with F. So it will be IF3, IF5, I, then BrF5 and ClF5. With F, every possibility will be there because F is the smallest in size. So the size difference will always be big of F with any other halogen. So this type of formula or this type of a compound where 5 atoms or the oxidation state is 5 of the bigger atom, there where the size difference is more, it can form. And for the highest oxidation state 7, it will be possible only between I and F because there is a lot of difference between the size of I and F. So single compound will be there of this category. It is IF7. So only one in this case. In this case there will be 3. In this case there will be 4 and here there will be 6. Okay, so these are all the interhalogen compounds which are possible. Now let us see the shapes of this. So as here only 2 atoms are there, so there is no question of shape, it will be linear in shape. Let us see the next category, that is XX-3. In this, let us take any one example. Let us take the example of BrF3. Let us discuss its shape. Now, Br is the central atom. These have F is in the second period, chlorine is in the third period, and Br is in the fourth period. So as it is in the fourth period, its valence shell configuration will be 4s2, 4px1, 2, 4p y2 and 4pz1. Now Br has to make 3 bonds with fluorine. Here it is having only 1 electron in the valence shell, 1 single electron. So in order to make 3 bonds, this electron will shift into the empty. There is 4d which is empty in the same shell. So 1 electron will get shifted. So Br in the excited state, it will be 4px2, 4py1 and 4dxy. So now there are 3 unpaired electrons available with bromine and 2 lone pairs. These unpaired electrons, according to BSEPR theory, valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, these 3 unpaired electrons are going to make bonds with single electron available from F. Now F will have a configuration. F is in the second period, 2s2, 2px2, 2py2 and 2pz1. So every F atom, there are 3 F atoms, so every F will make a pair of its electron with this. So that these will form 3 bond pairs. These will be 3 bond pairs in bromine, central atom, and these will be lone pairs. So bromine will have 2 lone pairs and 3 bond pairs. Means total pair of electrons in the central atom bromine will be 5. 3 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs. Now if 5 pair of electrons are there, the geometry which will come out will be trigonal bipyramidal. It means that it should be something like this, with Br at the center and out of these 5 pair of electrons, 3 will be bond pairs and 2 will be lone pairs. So these 2 are lone pair of electrons. Now we have shown these. There are 2 types of bond in this shape, trigonal bipyramidal. These 2 are axial bonds or axial positions, and these 3 are equatorial positions. Now equatorial bonds, they are separated by each other by an angle of 120 degree, and axial bonds are separated by an angle of 90 degree. So 120 degree is a bigger angle. So as a result, the electrons will be more separated here. Now as we know, according to BSEPR theory, there is a lot of repulsion between lone pair and lone pair. So the lone pairs will remain at equatorial position, and this will be taken by the bond pair of electrons. So if we remove this part from the structure, because as these are lone pair of electrons, so the remaining part will give rise to the structure. So the structure will be T-shaped. If we see here, we get a T-shape. So BrF3 will have a T-shape. That of course this will get a little bit distorted because there is a repulsion between lone pair and bond pair of electrons. Lone pair and bond pair of electrons. So what will happen? It will bend slightly like this. But the shape, we can say it is T-shape. So this is how we can explain the structure of BrF3. Means any of these type of interhalogens of the general formula X, X-3, they will all have the shape T-shape. The geometry is pentagonal, bipyramidal, and the shape which will come out will be T shape. Okay. Now let us see the next case, x dash 5. In this, again let us take BR at 5. Here again BR configuration will write 4s2, 4px2, 4py2 and 4pz1. Now it has to make 5 bonds, so it will require 5 unpaired electrons, 4s2, 4px1, 4py1, 4pz1, and one electron will move into the empty d orbitals dxy and dxz or yz, any you can take. They are all equivalent, they are degenerate. So now there are 5 electrons which are available. In this, the F atom will, through its 2d, sorry not 2d, it is 2p z1, 2pz1, 2pz1, 2pz1 and 2pz1. Each fluorine atom, its pz electron will form a bond pair. So there will be total how many? 5 bond pairs, and this will be 1 lone pair. So it means again there are total 6 pair of electrons, 5 bond pairs and 1 lone pairs. So if it is 6 pair of electrons, the shape will be octahedral. 4 in the plane, 1 up, 1 down. So 4 corners, 5 and 6. So 6 pair of electrons will get arranged in this pattern. Now in this case, here Br is the central atom. The angle in the plane and along the axis means this angle and this angle, both is same. It will be 90 degree. So, this pair of electron and this pair of electron, there is 180 degree angle between the two. So the lone pair in this case will remain at the axial position, and F atoms will take these positions. So the shape which will come out will be, the base is a square and it becomes a pyramid like. So it is square pyramidal. The shape will be square pyramidal for x dash 5 type of molecules. For x dash 3 types of molecule, we saw that the shape is bent. For these type of molecules, the shape will be square pyramidal. And let us now see the last case. The shape of IF7. IF7. It will fall in the category of x dash 7. Again here now 7 electrons are needed. So there will be no lone pair. Let us take the case of iodine. Iodine is the central atom here, and iodine is in the 5th period. So 5th period, so 5s2, 5px2, 5py2, 5pz1. This is the configuration. Now as 7 electrons unpaired are needed, so from here and from here, one electron will move into the empty d orbital. So iodine in the excited state, it will have 5s1, 5px1, 5py1, 5pz1, 5dxy1, 5dxz1 and 5dyz1. So now there are, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 electrons are available unpaired. And F again in the same way we will donate its pz1 for bonding, not donate, rather share, same way for here, each one. So as a result, there will be total 7 bond pairs. No lone pairs are there in this case, and that is why the shape, it will be 7 means pentagonal bipyramidal. So 5 in one plane, 1 up, 1 down. So F in the 5 corners in the plane, and 1 F up and 1 F down, and I will be at the center. So this type of shape is known as pentagonal bipyramidal. So I hope so, children, through this video you must have understand which type of interhalogens, what combination of formula can be formed. The base is there should be a large difference in the size if as the oxidation state keeps on increasing. They combine through oxidation state 1, 3, 5 and 7. So 4 types of interhalogens are possible, and we have also discussed the shapes. The shapes are important, they are often asked in the board exam. Okay.